Britannia, the soul of Britannia is like Eurydice, has been captured by Plutus, dragged into the underworld against her will. And Plutus is the rich, the elite, the Rees-Moggs, the Boris Johnsons. These are fake people. They haven't got an ounce of decency, as far as I mean, no, they haven't. They pretend to as a sort of act. But there isn't an actual essence of compassion and truth among them. And those are the qualities that European and British culture depend on. If we lose our humanity and our truth and our compassion, we're nothing, as St. Paul said. We're just tinkling cymbals. And that's what this Tory party become, which is interesting. You know, I've watched this horror show. It's what the French have said for a couple of hundred years and more, that the English have a sort of demonic streak. They have a tight, you know, they've got more of the Titan ashes in them than is good for them. It's what the Scots have said for a long time. And it's what the Welsh have actually said since the days of Owen Glendower and before. There's something weirdly demonic about that English inability to do what's right and yet to pretend that you're doing what's right. I've got to massacre you. Here I am at Amritsar. I'm General Dyer. I'm going to shoot you all down because that's good for you. You know, that imperial arrogance that led to the Amritsar massacre, which is when Gandhi lost faith with the British Empire. After that, no. When he saw what the English could do, he was so shocked. He said, no, we need to quit. We need an independent India. And, you know, I worked with the Gandhi Foundation and studied at Gandhi's feet, so to speak, with people that had known him. And that leads me also to support the Scottish independence movement. They've reached the same point. Enough is enough is enough, you know. How much more idiocy do we need? The picture of these police attacking peaceful women demonstrators just this last week. You know, it's shocking. Here on Mother's Day, we ought to be celebrating womanhood and mothers and rescuing our poor Eurydice. And so, yeah, my mission is well, same as it's always been, to just speak truth to power and to encourage people to become lovers of wisdom again, to find these lost mysteries, be they Dionysus, Orpheus, Christ, Sufism, Kabbalah. These mysteries are there for us, but we have to do the work. And as we do that work, so we discover unity. We remember that our job here on this planet in incarnation is to be the best version of yourself that you can be. The most loving, the most honourable, the most decent. And if enough of us do that and practice those arts, you know, we have to just hope that the kind of demonic fallen titans will eventually be zapped by a lightning bolt from Zeus. Now, to me, that is the symbol of divine gnosis. That's what happened to St. Paul, actually. He's on the way to Damascus to kill Christians. He was zapped by Zeus, God, and told, no, that's enough of that. You know, these guys should all be zapped by the fire of gnosis, which is the thunderbolts of Zeus. Okay, so that's my little talk. There's a lot more I'd love to tell you, but here's my notes that I've made for my work this last few days on Orpheus, and there's like 130 points I'm trying to make in detailed mathematical analysis. I'm going to finish, as I promised, with a little poem here. Well, two things. I want to read you a quote from Leonardo da Vinci, who knew a thing or two about the mysteries. Because Leonardo lived just up the road, and I set up this Leonardo da Vinci conference we had, and then the Leonardo da Vinci Peace Prize grew out of that. You see, Leonardo was working in Renaissance Catholic France and Italy as someone who was putting the mysteries into art and science, and I've called, therefore, for in his honour that there should be a prize given to an architect that can build a nonagon on top of the Pentagon. We've got to grow up out of this demonic, titanic, zap them all type mentality of the Pentagon or the MOD, and realise the arts of peace are the highest form of wisdom. as was said at our International Women's Day conference by Suzanne Raja, who eloquently spoke about the peace arts as the highest martial art, the highest military art is to bring peace. And so Leonardo knew that, and that's why I'm doing it in his honour. Contemplation is vital, he said. Thinking is vital. He who thinks little errs much. I love Leonardo. I mean, he's short, sweet, to the point. This is why I run the World Intellectual Forum here in Europe, because thinking is vital. Just hold that thought. We can talk about what is thinking, but hopefully it's kind of what I'm doing. I'm thinking aloud with you and encouraging you to think about these things. That's what philosophy is. That's what the sharing of the mysteries are. Okay, I want to finish with my poem, I promised. Written ages ago, in what seems like a different lifetime, but it was just me when I was a young boy, actually. I was only 14 or 15. And I love this poem because it says a lot in a little. And like most of my poems, I don't know where they come from. It is like the muses send this. It's a different form of consciousness one goes into, like an altered state when I write a poem. And I can go for weeks, months without writing a poem, because that mood, that moment doesn't appear, and then I can go and sunny day sitting by the river, and it descends. It's like the muse descends. Anyway, this was a descent that happened in 1973. Orpheus. He has dismissed the fabrication and is now naked. He has wrapped in fine white linen his porcelain children. He has woven mottos to contain him from the wreath of a failed day, threaded intricately as beads his wooden personality, and wears them like a chain about his neck. Yet who hung glass baskets in hell? Wandered there, smelling of rivers, listening to the opaque music of a grey dawn, far, far off. O Orpheus, see what has become, what it has made you. This cool hell has spliced your soul. And you turning round and round, listening to the equilibrium of a duet, above the confusion, up there, where you have strung your lyre. Have you no tune now, tinkle fingers? A song for your supper?